Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslams. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslams. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslams Show. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslams. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslams. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Powerslams Show. Turn it up.
What's up, everybody? What is going on? What is going on, everybody? Everybody. Let me see if y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me. Yeah. Let me make sure. Okay, yes, you can hear me there. You can hear me. It says you can hear me at least. Sure. Check. Let me know if y'all can hear me. PNP. Okay, y'all. Okay, it says that you can hear me. Check. Okay, y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me. Okay. Y'all can hear me. Okay, y'all hear me. It says y'all hear me. Okay, for some odd reason, okay, check 1, 2. Okay, it's not saying I can. All right. Let me see. Check 1, 2. Oh, man. I tell you, technology. Technology, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see. Let me make sure. Check. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. I can't hear any of my. Okay, saying that y'all can hear me. But I'm having trouble here. Check 1, 2. Wow. Having trouble hearing myself, y'all. For some odd reason, I cannot hear myself.
Okay. Can y'all hear that?
Check 1, 2. Check. All right, let me know if y'all can hear me still. Man, I tell you, this daggone, I can't hear any of my sound effects at all. I tell you. There we go. There we go. Okay. Can y'all hear the music too? How about this? Yeah. All right. think y'all can hear me. I can hear everything now. All right, there we go. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. All right. Man, I'll tell you. Technology is a trip. It's a trip, ladies and gentlemen. It's a trip. All right, here we go. All right. There we go. There we go. How y'all doing? Spent the past 6 minutes trying to get the technical stuff. All right, we got some people. We got people. We got a bunch of people in here. Good stuff, y'all. All right, let's have some fun on P&P. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's have some fun on P&P. On P&P. On P&P. All right. What's going on, P&P Nation? We are going to discuss. We're going to discuss the Wyatts, the Wyatt Sicks, or the Wyatt Sick, I think, or Six, S-I-C-K, Wyatt Sicks. They're so sick. They're so sick. They're so sick. They're the Wyatt Sick. So yeah, that's who they are. They're the Wyatts. The Wyatt Sick. Sick. They're so sick. What's up, y'all? Man, I'm still trying to do this too. Man, technology is so weird. All right, here we go. Here we go. I think as much as I'll deal with this stuff, and it just comes so easily, but it just seems like it's a constant, like, ooh, let me throw something else at you real quick. It's just like it's a mess. It's a mess. But we're here, we're stable, and we are at it. We are ready to rock and roll. All right, everything is good now. All right, what's up, y'all? What's up? We are here. All right. So let's talk about the Wyatt Sick with an S. Is it Wyatt Sicks or Wyatt Sick with the S-I-C-K-S, right? Wyatt Sicks, maybe. Let's find out. They are called. See that? It's so weird. So there's Wyatt Sicks. I see Wyatt Sicks. I see Wyatt S-I-C-K-S. I see S-I-C-K 6. And then I'm seeing S-I-C-K, Wyatt Sick. What is y'all's name? What is y'all's name? Let me see. Uncle Howdy faction name. Thought it was the Wyatt Sick. Oh gosh. Somebody is saying yes. S-I-C-K-S. The Wyatt Sicks. So it's like an S that's kind of like a 6 too with lettuce in. And it says WYAT with like a cross as the other T with like a wingy stuff with a bird, like a nest cross with WYAT. SICKS. The S is a 6. All right. This is already confusing. It's already a lot going on here. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of seems like creative overload here. It just really just seems like they're throwing a lot out right now, and they're hoping that something sticks. Something about the 6 sticks. Something about the 6 sticks. All right. Yeah. So here's my thing about this Wyatt group. I appreciate the homage. Let's start there. I appreciate the homage to Bray Wyatt. The intention is to pay homage to Bray Wyatt. All right. So that's where we're going to start. I think Bray Wyatt deserves homage, very, very much so. But I think that's as far as we go, as far as the pros to it. The cons, I mean, okay, I'll do another pro. The cinematography was well thought out as far as the level of cinematography, the tripped wires, the sparks, the gruesome scene backstage. But I think that's as far as we go. I mean, because like the thing is, here's the thing. Think about this. Even this part. So for some odd reason, like the gorilla, and then there's areas in the back that everybody's just laid out, right? We don't hear any sparks. The fans don't hear any sparks. We don't hear any sparks. We don't hear any commotion. It was somehow they were able to do that much damage silently. I mean, like that's skills right there. I mean, that's skills. They were able to silently cause that much damage to backstage without anybody hearing it. And so, well, what do you know, ladies and gentlemen? What do you know? You can silently beat up people, entire gorilla and backstage area with no one hearing it. So that was awkward. It was a whole different world. So the same type of dimming lights like they did with the Fiend. So what they're doing is like it's like a straight offshoot, like a direct offshoot from Bray Wyatt Fiend like era. So like you're putting the Fiend Bray together that was burned and written off and just booked very poorly. But somehow this is supposed to be better. And then you had like Revelation Bray when he came back, and it was like, I'm sorry to you all. I love you all. Like what Bray was that? Like with the newest version of Bray when he, before he passed. We still didn't really know who that was. Uncle Howdy came. Uncle Howdy got Bray into a Sister Abigail, which was awkward. He was like this mastermind behind the voice, but then Bray plays a babyface, feuds with LA Knight, who's, thrown to him as fodder. Unfortunately, LA Knight ended up being the one who was more over, who became more over than Bray did. That wasn't really booked very strongly. Before he passed, he was about to have a feud with Bobby Lashley, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he was about to have a feud with Bobby Lashley. You were going to sacrifice Bobby Lashley for that? I mean, it wasn't really strong anyways. Bray Wyatt was just a bigger mind than the business. Bray Wyatt would have made such an amazing director, like just movie director. I think that oh man, I mean, he just would have hit pay dirt there. He's just, his brain was just incredible. The creativity that came with his brain was absolutely incredible. And WWE just was not giving him that opportunity to express that. And we saw that time and time again. And so that's where my issue comes in. If you couldn't do it with the man himself, Bray Wyatt, with his, like, think about it. Bray was alive to give you the thoughts that was in his mind to run with. You didn't even do that. So now Bray is no longer with us. So now you're going to have to use the creativity of someone other than Bray, but it didn't work for Bray, who was the incredible mind here. Now you have to use someone else's mind that isn't as eclectic and doesn't feel and doesn't have that aura, that kind of method acting in a sense as Bray did. He's no longer with us. So now you're going to have to use someone else's brain to try to make it form as if Bray's doing it. Someone's back there. Look, if that someone is back there and that someone's been back there the whole time, where the heck have you been? Because the types of storylines that we've been getting over the past 5 years, we needed a Bray type of mind to give us some really riveting stories. I mean, I say 5 years, I'm being generous. I mean, way longer than that. So we needed that Bray type of mind to give us some very, very eclectic, just eccentric storylines. So you're saying that person's back there that can be able to handle this and hit pay dirt with this? Yikes. Okay. I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh wow. Interesting. Looks like there was some breaking news. Let's see. Let's see here. I want to make sure there's a comment on here. I don't like reporting information that's I haven't checked yet. So let us see. Okay, give me that link, Randy. Where is he saying that? I don't see it. I don't see it on his Twitter. So yeah, I don't see that, Ricky. You gotta be. Yeah, I don't see it. You mentioning some releases, but I don't see it. So you gotta be sure to verify that stuff. So yeah, I don't see that. I don't see those names you mentioned being released. So that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense either. Yeah. So yeah, be sure to verify that stuff before you post it. Give me some links before I say it and report it. Otherwise, I'm not going to mention it. But as far as the Wyatt Sicks is concerned, How in the world, I keep saying this, and I mean what I say here, how in the world does this translate into a wrestling ring successfully? How does it translate into a wrestling ring successfully? Are we going to get like Nikki Cross or Abby the Witch, I think, or Sister Abigail, Abby the Witch, whatever? That's her role. That's, she's portraying that as far as the Funhouse character. So are we going to have Abby the Witch / Sister Abigail? We're going to have her in a match for the Money in the Bank. Is that what we're going to do? Like, is that how it's going to translate over to the wrestling ring? And so, like, now we have Abby the Witch is the Sister Abigail, which is a homage to Sister Abigail from Bray days. Now you have Abby the Witch who's supposed to be Sister Abigail, who has a name named after her. So now Sister Abigail or Abby the Witch is her finisher is the same as her finisher is the same as her name. Look, next week we'll see this unfold more. All right. I just don't want. They were unsuccessful in really fulfilling Bray Wyatt's creative juices, even to the point of releasing him once. And then he came back, and then Comeback Bray. I guess that's a moniker. Comeback Bray. They didn't book him right either, and of course they didn't have anything to do with him. As far as just his creativity is concerned, they just didn't know what to do with it. So now they know what to do with it. So I say, and I've said, and I say it again, I'm not a prisoner of the moment here. I'm not going to be, people were saying it was perfect, and they said that they were crying. Pro wrestling fans are the weirdest, man. It's cultish. It's giving someone an opportunity to like live vicariously through wrestling characters. That's essentially what's going on with a lot of these wrestling fans. People are just, the comments online about this return was very, very odd. Very, very odd. Crying over this. You're crying over this. And it was a 5-minute closure that just introduced characters come to life. Okay. And Uncle Howdy's he's the mastermind behind this. And look, like I said, I think a way of making this work would be a Bray Wyatt's revenge tour. So as I mentioned, there were so many ways that they got Bray Wyatt wrong within the booking and the missed and failed opportunities for him to really show his creative juices. Now you can get this right, and having this faction right those wrongs, make it real, make it something that has a reality factor to it. Have them say that, hey, you've done this wrong, you did this wrong with Bray, with our leader, with our fearless leader. And then you have so much B-roll with Bray Wyatt that you can start playing those B-roll footages. You can make this just transcendental in a sense. Like you can do that type of stuff. You just got to do it right. But again, though, how does this translate into a match? That's what it's really going to boil down to. Because I don't care about Uncle Howdy versus Seth Rollins. Say for instance, you do Uncle Howdy versus Seth Rollins, or even Braun Strowman, which was weird, by the way. Braun Strowman used to be a Wyatt family member, and he's if there's anybody you need to protect on the main roster, it needs to be Braun Strowman, and he got beat up by the Wyatt Sicks. Braun Strowman couldn't be it. And Joe Gacy and everybody but Eric Rowan Eric Rowan's just about as big as he is. Well, he's still smaller, but he's just as tall as he is. But Eric Rowan's huge. I mean, but they were all at different places. So did they all jump Braun Strowman and went to different places? It just there's so much. there's so much. There's so much. So much weirdness to this. But yeah, it's just, I mean, you're Chad Gable, he's in a feud right now. He's getting some heel heat. You're supposed to be setting him up for Otis and making Otis someone who's, organically getting over. I mean, you got to protect all those people, man. You can't sit there and just have them, Chad Gable look like he's got a bullet in his head. What I do, shoot him? I mean, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing? You're sacrificing names that you need to be protecting right now. Don't do that, man. You got a bunch of people. You got a bunch of stage hands. You got a bunch of people in Gorilla that you decide to beat up, but for some odd reason, you got a cameraman that didn't get harmed. I mean, like, huh? What are we doing here? Uncle Howdy should have been the camera person, or somebody in the Six, and maybe Uncle Howdy is the one who's doing all that, and then he gives the camera to someone on the the Six, and then they give it to him, and then then the cameraman that's outside is protected outside of the backstage, something like that to make it make more sense. So yeah, there's just so many holes here that just needs to be patched up for me to buy into it. I'm open to it. I'm open to see where it goes as far as like riveting storyline television. But again, when you had Backwoods Bray, you had a bunch of cool vignettes, and it led into a match with him versus Kane. I think it was an Inferno match at SummerSlam, and it was a wrestling match. And so I mean, like, if this is translated into a wrestling match, that takes away the outside of the box entertainment, drama, cinematic factor, and it goes right back into Tony Khan-esque matches for matches' sake booking with no long story arc. That's what's made it dwindle down so much. And you've got an opportunity to bring some new pairs of eyes here. But if you just translate this right back to a wrestling match and Uncle Howdy's going to be the Money in the Bank, I mean, like, you're going to absolutely just you're going to kill it before it grows legs, and you don't want to do that. All right, you know what time it is. And now it's time for the question cast. Right. Let's do this. What we got? Say his name and he will appear. Joe Hendry, the People's Wrestling Channel. Say his name and he will appear. Joe Hendry was on NXT. I saw that on Facebook. I saw that Joe Hendry was on Facebook. I believe in Joe Hendry. So every now and then I peep over at TNA, and I've seen him over the years in the indies. But yeah, I think he's got a pretty cool little thing going on with him and his gimmick. I think I'm a sucker for good theme songs, man. I believe in Joe Henry. So I don't know if I guess he's a baby face. I don't watch his matches, but I have seen the buzz of just his theme song. I think I saw he made like a mockery of AJ Francis when he first came in TNA, and I thought that was funny. So for what I've seen, I like him. I think he's interesting. So he's charismatic. So I'm all for that. Your thoughts on Tatum, Paxley, and TNA and Jeff Hardy's return? I have no idea who Tatum Paxley is. Jeff Hardy's return. Okay. I mean, what? Sure. Good for him. He's getting a paycheck. Good for Jeff Hardy. Good for him. Good for him. Boom, 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 boom. Good for Jeff Hardy. Good for Jeff Hardy. People's Wrestling. Would you say having a title match on Speed the day before pay-per-view is a good idea? It gets people talking about WWE on social media. Like a Speed title match the day before the pay-per-view? I mean, it's not really the same audience. I mean, like you have Speed who's working with X, who, is basically in the business. They're getting, there's a deal going on with WWE and X to, so it's helping WWE significantly. So that's good business. But at the same time, it's like it's not even it doesn't matter. I mean, the Speed Championship means nothing, and so it's just a consolation prize to people who like social media. I mean, it's a thank you for those who scroll on Twitter. I mean, that's basically what it is. It means nothing. People's Wrestling at the end of Raw felt like a horror movie. I would say probably C level or D level horror movie. It definitely didn't feel like that to me. How are you going to explain Chad Gable and others getting killed on Raw? I mean, that's essentially that's where a huge part of the problem is. Like you had angles, like you have running angles, you have live angles going on with Chad Gable and Otis, and the payoff. So please don't give me a Otis left and the Alpha Academy left and said that they're out, and that's the closure of this angle. What a horrible way that would be to just kill the dreams of Otis. Like this needs to, like the fans are getting into this. This needs to get to a point of this gets elevated to a match at SummerSlam between Otis and Chad Gable. You don't need a title involved here. And so, yeah, I mean, the angle's good, man. It's really giving us a really mean side, a whole different character element of Chad Gable, which is really good. Or Otis is getting organically pushed, which is by himself, like he himself is getting organically pushed. The last time we saw this type of push with Otis, he was most of the pop and most of the allure and the attraction was to Mandy Rose. He was seeking after Mandy Rose, calling her his peach. And so the quest was to get Mandy Rose. So Mandy Rose like shared the pop of him. Now he's all by himself as far as just his pop is concerned. Yes, he's with the Alpha Academy, but he's not seeking Maxine Dupree, or he's not sharing a pop with Akira Tozawa. It's him by himself. So this is a first for Otis. Give him that opportunity. I mean, give him an opportunity to shine and have a match with Chad Gable. So please don't tell me we're out, closes the feud up just for Chad Gable to be, fodder to a Wyatt Sicks debut. I mean, that would be a catastrophe. You don't want to do that. If Tony Atlas was in there, Wyatt Sicks would have worked. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. How come you stopped doing the behind the scenes look during the intro? That's a good question. It takes way too much time that I don't have. That is every week I have to do a fresh production of behind the scenes as a part of my already incredibly laborious schedule. So I have 3 shows, 3 podcasts on Tuesdays. I have Unscripted, I have PNP, and I have the After Party. So then, along with other life things, my schedule is to the brim. And so then I have to, when I do the behind the scenes, it takes even more time. Then I have to produce that. And it's just like, that 20 minutes of my life could be, use elsewhere. I thought about bringing it back for like big times. So where are we at now? 637 episodes. And so usually every 100 episodes I do something big, and anniversaries I do something big. So whichever comes first, I think there's a good chance that I might do it then. All right. Wyatt Sicks, RK4, what's up? Wyatt Sicks is not going to work without the creativity of Bray, but it's going to be forced on us, and the marks are going to love it. Precisely. It's not going to work without the creativity of Bray. You're trying to use someone that's currently a part of the creative department to think like Bray Wyatt. No, that's not going to work. And then you are going to have the marks, like you're saying, absolutely love it. And like I said, they are salivating over this thing. Like they're like quitting their jobs because they're quitting their jobs because they feel like they're invincible by watching that. I mean, that's how delusional a lot of these wrestling fans are. Elvis, happy Juneteenth to you celebrating. Hey, absolutely, I'll celebrate Juneteenth. That's a big, huge memorial, celebratory day for Black America. 100%. It's worth celebrating. I mean, it's Juneteenth right now, actually. So as of this show, so yeah, it's a national holiday now, so that's good. So yeah, I mean, as a Black man, I think it's worth celebrating. Absolutely, big day. Just got back from teaching kids jiu-jitsu with my wife. Now it's time for PNP and tacos. LOL. You rock, my good man. Thank you, RK4. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you very much so. PNP and tacos. That sounds like a really cool. That sounds like a really cool live event. And so here's another thing that I've been thinking about. All right, so you of course you get the backstage goings on as of things related to PNP. So they're working on me going to SummerSlam again. I haven't made that information like public, if you will, but I'm doing it now on PNP. But I'm thinking. There was some talks of me going to WrestleMania too, but I won't be doing that because it's Easter weekend and I'll be spending time with my family on Easter weekend. When I heard that it was Easter weekend, I said, oh no, I won't be going. I won't be there. No, because it's Easter weekend and I'd much rather spend time with my family than to go to WrestleMania. So with SummerSlam though, Not only is there a good chance I'm going, it's just 2.5 hours away from where I live. So I'm thinking about doing some type of live. I'm throwing out some feelers too. I'm thinking about doing like a live Q&A of something, even maybe if it's from my Airbnb. I know a lot of people in the wrestling business. I may bring some people in an Airbnb and do some interview. There's some thoughts. There's some thoughts. Although the only thing is, the only issue with that is because at WrestleMania I was there. I usually go there from Thursday to Monday morning, and Thursday I have a little bit more time. Usually Friday through Sunday night I don't have any time, and that's how it was at SummerSlam. I went there Friday evening. I got there probably around 6 or so, 7 on Friday evening. Yeah, because I worked. I went from therapy to wrestling mode, going to Detroit. And so yeah, it was about 3 hour drive, somewhere around there. And so yeah, it was interesting. And so yeah, that I had a little bit more freedom there in that evening, but I was working all day and then I drove for 3 hours until I was tired. But I mean, bright and early Friday, and actually Thursday I left. Thursday night I got there. Friday, bright and early, we had stuff going on Friday morning, and then Saturday morning we had stuff going on bright and early. So Friday morning I worked from we had to get to the place for the set of interviews. Probably 9 a.m., 8:30, something like that. And I didn't stop working until 2:30 in the morning, somewhere around there. And then we had to do a set of interviews and do some work Saturday morning with some interviews. And it was probably around 9 or 10. And then it was by the time SummerSlam ended, and then I was at the press conference, the post press conference, it was 1:30, somewhere around there. And so yeah, it was a lot. So I really wanted to use the Thursday to be able to give me a little bit of breath in the meantime, in between time, because it was busy. It was busy. So if I have some time, I might, rally up some wrestlers and maybe do a live Q&A in the Airbnb. PNP and tacos. I like that. We'll just be eating tacos, doing a live Q&A, and that would be cool. Well, let's do Elvis real quick. I'm not a fan of the Wyatt group. The backstage with talent laid out was beyond stupid and didn't make sense. I agree. Why spare talent for that? That's just weird to me. I just realized this after Legion of Raw, but honestly, Wyatt Sicks is just another Dark Order. Plus, again, how is it realistic? We to Do that angle, and not mention on NXT and May, not on SmackDown. I mean, that's another one. I mean, that's another point. I mean, all these points just make less sense. Is it just a Raw exclusive thing now? Like, do they have beef with Raw now? Like, is it just Raw? But that wouldn't make sense because Bray was on SmackDown the last time, he was around. So, but is it only a Raw exclusive? I mean, of course, they didn't get drafted. So now they're free agents, right? So they can just do whatever they want to. So if they're taking over, we definitely don't know the motive behind this right now. So is the motive only that they have beef with people on Raw? Like, I mean, what are we doing here? Like, you want to, for some reason, you want to separate NXT from them. NXT is exempt. Just lots of questions, ladies and gentlemen. James, that article I sent you earlier was very intriguing. First of all, it was wrong. None of the names listed were Uncle Howdy victims, but them going after Triple H seems very interesting to me. Yeah, I didn't even check it out. I didn't even check it out that the list of the names were victims. Yeah, I did see Braun Strowman's screenshot. Someone sent Gunther's screenshot. I'm not confirmed that it was Gunther, but it looked like him, and I'm like, no way. I mean, there's no way you would do that to Gunther. No way. No way. Zubair, hope all is well. Happy Father's Day. Thank you very much. Getting over being under the weather. I'm glad that you're better. Honestly, depressing whenever we're getting sick. As a therapist, how do you cope getting sick and bad timings? That's a good question. Rest up. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, just rest up, rest up, rest up, rest up. Thankfully, because I work out so much, my immune system is pretty strong. It used to not be as much, but over the past few years, my immune system's gotten much better. So I hardly ever get sick. There was a span of time in the past, and like in the 3 or 4 month span, I got pretty sick a couple times. One of them, though, I had like a sinus infection or something like that. And I'm getting real hoarse. And then a few months later, I got sick again. That was I tested negative for COVID, though, or the flu. So it was something that it might have been like an infection that became the flu or something, but I didn't have COVID, but I was sick as a dog. I was coughing like crazy. What I did was in that time where I got real sick, it was late last year or something like that. Maybe early this year, late last year, somewhere around there. It's been probably 6 months or so. It's been a while. But what I did was I just have to switch everything to telehealth. I prefer in person, but when stuff like that happens, I just switch over to telehealth and just gotta gut it out. People's Wrestling Channel. This one about the releases. I definitely need some verification of that. I'm not going to put that up there. James, storyline wise, how's WWE going to have the triple threat match next week between Gable, Braun, and Bronson Reed after we see them die last night? Might even Reed make a funny tweet about it. Yeah. So all of a sudden, Braun and Gable are going to be fine again. Like they're going to be, and it's weird. It's so weird. What do you think of Clash? It was a very meh event to me. Very meh pay-per-view. Very meh. Drew losing was a weird and a bad call. Very bad call. Again, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that CM Punk would cost Drew McIntyre the championship. If Drew would have won the match, he would have now been a number one contender to become world heavyweight champion. Now, since Drew didn't win the match, he's not in the title contention. So it made no sense for CM Punk to cost Drew McIntyre the title. It didn't make sense, ladies and gentlemen, and it doesn't make sense, and it's just weird booking. It's illogical. Bad Blood is coming back. Is that official? I did see that there's some rumors about that in October. Haven't seen anywhere it's official yet. I would ask Rock and $7 to help. Yeah, I agree, Av. I think $7 of Brian Gewirtz would be wonderful. But again, how does this translate into a match successfully? That is my slogan when it comes to this Wyatt Sicks. How does this translate into a match successfully? If this is just going to lead into Abigail and a Money in the Bank match, Uncle Howdy, being in the title contention, big dud. Zubair, thoughts on Clash of the Castle? I just said that. I thought it was in the bad show, the better show since WrestleMania. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it was a dud. I think it was mid. It was very mid. Cody and AJ was good, but again, so what? It's another cool match. Whatever. I mean, there's no intangible element to get me just really sucked into it as a whole if it's just another match that that Cody Rhodes is going to win. Final boss, engage. Takers is 2024. Who is the WWE fan? The cosplay misfit. That's who the WWE fan is. Who are they targeting as their audience? Who have they given up on? Is it global Netflix? Is it the Cody fan, the female fan? Is it the third graders? It is the like I said, it's the misfit cosplayer who pro wrestling is their life, their marks. They bleed wrestling. They have wrestling as their ringtones. They listen to wrestling songs all day long. They work out to wrestling songs. Not saying that that's inherently an issue. I mean, if people work out to pro wrestling songs, okay, I've done it before. No worries. But at the same, not much, but I've done it before. I remember when Fandango's music, there was like an EDM version that someone did that was pretty dope, and I was working out to that a couple of times, but probably, yeah, very rarely. But look, if you choose, like for instance, I think not a big fan of. I mean, Def Rebel's okay. CFOs to me was really good. Def Rebel's not too bad. People crap on Def Rebel as far as like, man, they're so much lower than CFOs. I don't agree. I think I don't like Damian Priest's theme song. I do like Finn Balor's theme. I know they had to, when CFOs left, they had to kind of switch, or remix or remake a few of those theme songs. I like Finn's theme song. It doesn't give an automatic, audience participation forcing to do the arms out type of thing, which is good for him as a heel. So I like Finn's music, and I really, of course, I mean, Trick Williams' theme song is the best. Trick Williams' theme song is the best theme song. I like Roman's theme song. I think Trick and Roman are the two best. But Trick Williams' theme song is an absolute banger. It is a banger. And I'm a DJ. And I would absolutely mix and blend Trick Williams' theme song to my sets. Absolutely. I would blend the song in with the heartbeat. It's a banger, ladies and gentlemen. And I criticize WWE, I criticize pro wrestling quite a bit because I'm disappointed overall. But I will say this: I want to be in the building when Trick Williams come out to WrestleMania entrance. The energy when that happens, the energy is going to be off the charts. And just that music, which is an absolute banger, the chants, the feel, the energy. I want to be in the building when that happens. And so it's not all bad, it's not all bad. But overall, though, the audience is very college age, cosplay, misfitty, feeling fulfilled that other people are as just odd as they are, and now they feel like there's a home, and that's the reason why it's so tribalistic. That's who the target market is nowadays, oddly. James, I know Undertaker will never wrestle again, but is it possible he gets involved in his uncle? No. I'll finish it just for the sake of you spent the time posing the question. Is it possible if he gets involved in his Uncle Howdy storyline, as he and Bray had a moment maybe as the leader like he did with the ministry? I'm sorry, James. You're cool peoples, but I got to give you two of those. That absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
No way. No way. People's Wrestling Channel, when WWE goes to Netflix, 80% of the world will be able to watch instantly. That's massive. It is. It is. Well, you have to be sure that you keep the interest of the 80% of the world. Otherwise, they won't be watching. Finals Boss, how's Tony Axis react when watching last night Uncle Howdy spot? Man, what in the world was that? What was that? I don't understand what you're trying to do with this right here. What is that Uncle Howdy with the lantern, with the girl, with crawling? What's she doing? That was his reaction. James, who's on the Raw roster, can take out Howdy's group, Braun Breaker again? Do they bring in Lesnar or Legend of Strowman gets taken out? Who's left? That alone, those questions alone makes me very insecure about and uncertain. That's the word I'm looking for. Uncertain about the direction of this. Because if it's just simply to say, oh, let's figure out who they're gonna feud with. Like, no, man. No. I don't want to see a daggone cinematic crashing killing the gorilla position people in the production team just to lead to some type of feud in a wrestling match. No. James, did you see how Kofi kept interrupting Woods and Woods didn't look happy about it when he went to talk? Could we finally see a New Day split with Woods turning on Kofi? Yeah, that's what it's looking like. And again, you got Drew quitting, you got Gable, being this cult-like, leader to the Alpha Academy. You have now the Wyatt Sicks, and somehow we are going to care about Kofi turning on Xavier Woods turning on Kofi. That's, like I said before, a few weeks ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. That's like 4th or 5th down the important scale of heel turns or just heels period right now. Yikes. I mean, Gunther's still on Raw. He's the number 1 contender going to be after Money in the Bank. Now you got Priest there. Now you got the Liv stuff. You got a bunch of stuff above that, and that's like 5th or now 6th or so down the line, and somehow we're gonna make that a thing. Like, we care about that. So nah. Elvis, I'm very tempted to write you in for president in November. Do it now. Favorite Kane moment or match. I like the Money in the Bank cash in, Rey Mysterio. Won the Money in the Bank cash in the same night, won the world title. Yeah, I was a big fan of that. I have a friend who owns a taco truck. That's fun. That seems like a big bundle of fun. Did they mention the Wyatt Sicks attack on it? They did mention. Hold on. They did mention the Wyatt Sicks attack on NXT. Vic Joseph spoke about it on a commentary. Okay. Somehow they were safe, though. Just them mentioning it on NXT. So, I mean, what does that mean? They didn't do anything. They still didn't do anything. Them mentioning means nothing. James, it would have made more sense if Ricochet was in Gable's spot since he's leaving WWE. They could even say he died and can't return. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like I said that on Unscripted, and I said it on Needs and Raw. Ricochet should have been the one. That's the time to write off Ricochet. Do you remember Charlie and Company theme? I don't. Charlie and Company. Send that over. Send it over to me on IG. The WWE Women's Tag Team titles are cursed. They feel whack again. I mean, they feel normal. You know, they feel like they went down the pecking order. So, all right. So here's the thing. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are cool. But I got to spend some time with my patrons. So I want to wrap it up. So y'all can do all this over at Patreon, on patreon.com/Pancakes and Powerslams, patreon.com/Pancakes and Powerslams. Of course, another very, very successful Q&A time with the PNP Nation. Y'all are awesome. Go over to Patreon. Look, come on, y'all. Like, for real. Here's the thing. Y'all need to show me y'all's love. Y'all need to show me how much. See, I'm giving to you. All right. I'm giving you my journalistic expertise. I've been a journalist for nearly 15 years now. I know a lot of people in the wrestling business. I'm a psychology doctor, so I understand the psychology of the business, not from a booking standpoint. I just understand psychology, period, of what makes sense, what doesn't make sense from a longevity standpoint. I'm giving you all of that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm giving it all to you free of charge. This isn't a Patreon, and my Patreons gets to hang out with me, though, because they're showing me how much they appreciate what I do. So they show me that by commenting. Come on, y'all. I get like a few comments. I'm looking on the live chat now, and I have dozens of people that are live right now. I'm looking right at it. Dozens of people that are live with me right now. First of all, thank you for that. That's great. But convert those into subs, one, and then two, look, you're live right now. You're looking at the show. You've stayed. I haven't had drops. I've been on here for an hour, and I haven't had a drop in viewership, live viewership. So I have dozens of people currently watching it, and they're still watching it because they're interested. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Convert that over to commenting on this video so we can all together band to boost up these algorithms. All right, so that's one. Leaving the comments, sharing, liking, subscribing, all that helps with the algorithms. You know why? I was actually on I was on my work account, and I was looking at some wrestling stuff. And guess who I saw in one of my recommendations on my home page? Pancakes and Powerslams, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? How about that? So that's wonderful. So let's continue to boost up those algorithms by liking, sharing, subscribing, and putting a comment. That's one of the biggest things. Leaving a comment on the video, that would be a big pleasure. But if you really want to show your love, look, go to patreon.com/Pancakes and Powerslams. It is less than $1 a week. Do you have $1 a week to show how much you appreciate this show? Everybody's watching it should be, yes, you have less than $1 a week to show how much you appreciate the show and how much I do it for you. So with that being said, we're heading over to patreon.com/Pancakes and Powerslams. Patreon.com/Pancakes and Power Slams. Let me see where it is. Let me see where it is. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Patreon.com/Pancakes and Power Slams. I'm actually heading over there for a little bit with my patrons to hang out as a sign of thanks. We do a Q&A. We hang out. We do trivia. We do quizzes. We do lots of fun. And when I have a lot of sources backstage in WWE. I really don't have the time to be the journalist of getting all the leaks and all the scoops and all that. I just don't have the time to do it. I have broke some information recently over the past few months, but I mean, I'll text. I have a lot of people. I'll shoot them something and ask some stuff, and I'll get some stuff, and they really appreciate me as a journalist, and so I'm super blessed for that. And so yeah, I'll release the information. I'll give scoops and all that, but overall, I'm just like, look, man, I just like doing this. I just like doing this. And so go ahead and show your love on Pancakes and Power Slams Patreon, patreon.com/Pancakes and Power Slams. Listen, y'all, I'm heading over to the after party. I hope you join me. Until next week, enjoy your Ricky Wrestling. God bless. And always remember, I do it for you. Have a good night, buddy. So long.